Okay, hey, so this is our second video in our unit of understanding matter. Today we are going to talk about classifying matter. So let's jump on in. Let's start off by seeing where we're going today. Today's objective is to understand that matter has characteristics in which it can be used to differentiate itself into hierarchies. Basically, this means that we can categorize or sort matter due to its unique properties. Matter can be broken down or classified in one of two ways, either by state or by composition. Let's look at the easier of the two first, state. As you probably are aware, there are three main states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. We recognize solids by having a tight, rigid atomic structure. Atoms in solids are bound tightly together, allowing very little particle movement. These slight vibrations do not let particles move past one another, which gives the solids a specific shape and volume. The molecular structure of liquids are different than those of solids because atoms and liquids are loosely bound together. Though atoms and liquids are still bound together, this looseness of their bonds allows them to have more freedom of movement. In fact, most liquid molecules can move past one another, allowing liquids to take the shape of the container they're in. Though liquids do not have a definite shape, the fact that the molecules are still bound together gives them a definite volume. Finally, our third state of matter is gases. Gases have the highest level of molecular freedom, and gas molecules will freely move around in whatever container they are in. Gases do not have a specific volume or even shape. This is what would allow you to blow up a balloon and change the shape of that balloon by squeezing it a bit. Now let's talk about classifying matter due to composition. When we talk about composition, we are talking about what a substance is made up of. These are the building blocks that make the substance appear as it does. The first thing we need to figure out when classifying a substance due to its composition is the substance considered a pure substance? A pure substance is a substance that is made up of only one type of particle. It can be broken down into elements and compounds. Elements are the simplest form of a pure substance. It cannot be broken down to anything simpler or have components. An example of an element would be lithium. A compound, on the other hand, is a substance with two or more elements at a fixed ratio. These are still considered pure substances because they are the only thing present throughout the entire substance. So let's think of a glass of pure water. It contains water molecules. Though the chemical formula for water is H2O, and it contains two elements, the glass of water only has H2O molecules in it and nothing else. Because of this, it is still considered a pure substance. If something does not fit into the pure substance category, then it must fit into the mixture category. Mixtures are substances that contain two or more components that can vary in concentration from sample to sample. For example, if I do not mix my sugar well in my tea, the sweetness of my drink will vary from sip to sip, or from drink to drink. There are two types of mixtures we will talk about. The first one is a heterogeneous mixture. These types of mixtures will visually appear to vary from sample to sample. In other words, you can see the different components this substance is made up of. Let's use the example of cereal to illustrate this. You can visually see the two different types of components, the milk and the pieces of cereal. As I eat my cereal, the ratio from pieces of cereal to milk will vary from spoonful to spoonful. The second type of mixture is a homogeneous mixture. These types of mixtures seem to be uniformly composed throughout, despite having multiple components that make them up. Think of a carton of milk. As you pour out milk, it looks uniform in composition. You cannot visually see the difference between the components that make it up. What makes milk a mixture opposed to a pure substance is that milk is composed of many different types of compounds such as lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, and much more. So let's review what all we've learned so far. Matter can be broken down into three states: solids, liquids, and gases. Also, matter can be classified by its composition as either a pure substance or a mixture. In our next video, we'll discuss the building blocks for matter along with the factors that can influence how those building blocks behave. In saying all that, I look forward to seeing you again and keep up the good work in your classroom.